तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सिक्स यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतान्य
यस्तु सर्वाणि
सर्वाणि
भूतान्य
भूतानि
आत्मन्य एवानुपश्यति
आत्मन्य एवानुपश्यति
सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं
सर्वभूतेषु
सर्वभूतेषु
चात्मानं
चात्मानं
ततो न विजुगुप्सते।
ततो न
ततो न
विद्यते।
विजुगुप्सते. Translation:
Yeah.
He who systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entity as his parts and parcels, and who sees Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Purport: This is a description of the Bhagavat, the great personality who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord's presence is realized in three stages. The Kanishta Adhikari is in the lowest stage of realization. He goes to the place of worship, such as temple, church, or a mosque, according to his religious faith and worship there accordingly to scripture injunctions. Devotees in this stage consider the Lord to be present at the place of worship and no one else. This cannot ascertain who is in what position in devotional service, nor can they tell who has realized the Supreme Lord. Such devotees follow the routine formulas and sometimes quarrel among themselves, considering one type of devotion better than another. These Kanishta Adhikaris are actually materialistic devotees who are simply trying to transcend the material boundaries to reach the spiritual plane. Those who have attained the second stage of realization are called Madhyam Adhikaris. These devotees observe the distinction between four categories of being: the Supreme Lord, the devotees of the Lord, the innocent who have no knowledge of the Lord, the atheistic who have no faith in the Lord and hate those in devotional service. The Madhyam Adhikari behaves differently towards these four classes of person. He adores the Lord, considering him the object of the love. He makes friends with those who are in devotional service. He tries to Prabhu, can you scroll it up? He tries to awaken the dormant love of God in the hearts of the innocent, and he avoids the atheistic who deride the very name of the Lord. Above the Madhyam Adhikaris is the Uttam Adhikari, who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee does not discriminate between an atheistic and theistic, but sees everyone as part and parcel of Lord. He knows that there is no essential difference between a vastly learned Brahman and a dog in the street, because both of them are part and parcel of the Lord. Although they are engaged in different bodies on account of the different qualities of their activities in their previous life. He sees that the Brahman particle of the Supreme Lord has not misused his little independence given by the Lord, and that the dog particle has misused his independence and is therefore been punished by the laws of nature by being engaged in the form of a dog. Not considering the respective actions of the Brahman and the dog, the Uttam Adhikari tries to do both good to both. Such a learned devotee is not misled by material bodies, but is attracted by the spiritual spark within them. Those who imitate the Uttam Adhikaris by flaunting a sense of oneship or fellowship, but who behave on the bodily platform, are actually false philanthropists. The conception of universal brotherhood must be learned from an Uttam Adhikari and not from a foolish person who does not properly understand the individual soul or the Supreme Lord's soul expansion, who dwells everywhere. It is clearly mentioned in the sixth mantra that one should observe or systematically see. This means that one must follow the previous acharyas, the perfected teachers. Anupasthiti in the exact Sanskrit word used in this connection. Anu means to follow, and pasthiti means to observe. Though, thus, the word anupasthiti means that one should not see things as he does with the naked eyes, but should follow the previous acharyas. Due to material defects, the naked eye cannot see anything properly. One cannot see properly unless one has heard from a supreme source, and the highest source is the Vedic wisdom, which is spoken by the Lord Himself. Vedic truths are coming in disciplic successions from the Lord to Brahma, from Brahma to Narad, from Narad to Vyas, and from Vyas to his many disciples. Formerly, there was no need to record the message of the Vedas because people in earlier age were more intelligent and had sharper memories. They could follow the instructions simply by hearing once from the mouth of a bona fide spiritual master. At present, there are many commentaries on the revealed scriptures, but most of them are not in the line of disciplic succession coming from Srila Vyasadeva, who originally compiled the Vedic wisdom. The final, most perfect, and sublime work by Srila Vasveda is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. There is also the Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by the Lord Himself and recorded by Vasudeva. These are the most important revealed scriptures, and any commentary that contradicts the principle of the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is unauthorized. There is complete agreement among the Upanishad, Vedanta Sutra, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam, and no one should try to reach any conclusion about the Vedas without receiving instructions from members of Vyasadeva's disciplic succession who believe in the personality of Godhead and his diverse energies as they are explained in Sri Upanishad. According to the Bhagavad Gita 18.54, only one who is already on the liberated platform, Brahma Bhuta, can become an Uttam Adhikari devotee and see every being as his own brother. This vision cannot be had by politicians who are always after some material gain. One who imitates the system of Uttam Adhikari may serve another's outward body for the purpose of fame or material reward, but he does not serve the spiritual soul. Such an imitator can have no information of the spiritual world. The Uttam Adhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hmm. So, he who systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the Supreme Lord within and Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. See, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhava mattah sarvam pravartate. I am the origin of everything and everything emanates from me. So, what is this material world really? It's just a combination of Brahman and the three modes. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. So, this Prakriti is consisting of the three modes. And whatever you see, animate or inanimate, is just a combination of the three modes of nature. Like, for example, uh, if you see the living entities, the gross bodies, they are a manifestation of tamoguna. The movement which is taking place, the facility of thinking, that is coming from the rajoguna, mode of passion. And the ability to experience is coming from the mode of goodness, sattva. Mind is in the mode of goodness. Soul is in the mode of goodness. So these are just combinations of three modes. The living entity is animating those modes. However, there is one important thing, one factor here, which decides everything, and that is the desire of the living entity. It is the desire which is driving a living entity either deep into ignorance or into complete state of Vishuddha Sattva or pure goodness. So a learned person or great sage can understand that it is just the living entity's desire which is creating these different combinations of the modes of nature. So therefore, there is no reason to like or hate anything. For example, if you see, if we take the example of Srila Prabhupada in Madras, when he saw the waves of the ocean, he pointed out. He said, "Look at the waves of the ocean. They are so beautiful, but the moment you are in them, you are in great difficulty." So how do we really understand this? Is the sea dangerous or is it beautiful? It is actually both. The Whether it is dangerous or it is pleasant depends on the context. If you are looking at the sea from a distance, it is very beautiful. But if you are in it, then it's very dangerous. So that's how modes of nature also are. A sage does not get inside them. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini. Shuni chaiva shapakecha pandita samadarshina. So knowledge and humility, two important points. Knowledge, gentleness. By virtue of knowledge, a learned man sees with equal vision a dog, a dog eater, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. So, what is that equal vision? That equal vision is the vision of Brahma. So, that's how we see. So, the vision of Brahma means to realize Brahma, not to theoretically understand. So, of course, depending on one's elevation in the path of spiritual life, there are three types: Uttam, Madhyam, and Kanishta Adhikaris. We are all Kanishta Adhikaris. Our knowledge is just on the level of theory. We just know. We just know things. We haven't realized those yet. We still have material attachments. So, we are all on the level of Kanishta Adhikaris. We can perceive the presence of the Lord in the deity in the temple, and maybe to a certain extent in advanced devotees, but certainly not in in non-devotees or demonic people. Actually, that's Brahma Nirvana. Like someone like Narad Muni, he can even talk to demons peacefully. He's not enemy to demons. Demigods are ready to fight demons at all times, but Narad Muni is not concerned. He's seeing everyone with an equal vision. So he went and spoke to Kansa also because he wanted the Lord to appear faster. So he went and incited Kansa to become more violent. Kansa was relaxed. Okay, no problem. When the eighth child is born, then I'll see what to do. But he went there and said, no, you don't even know who is the eighth child, and you don't know where he is born. So do something. And Kansa became extremely cruel and violent. And then Krishna appeared quickly. So that's the position. He was not inimical to Kansa. Narad Muni was not concerned what Kansa is doing or what he's not doing, but he was concerned that Krishna should appear first quickly. So that's what he was trying to do. He was not neither a friend nor an enemy to Kansa. So that's the vision of an Uttam Adhikari. We cannot imitate that behavior. We cannot say, "Oh, I was in Vrindavan. I go to Vrindavan every year. I take a train and go there. I'm, Uttam Adhikari." No, that's not how it works. Consciousness has to be completely purified. Madhyam Adhikari is someone who's on a preaching platform. Actually, Acharyas are all on Madhyam Adhikari platform, and that's very important also because one has to see the distinction. So acharyas are on the platform. Madhya doesn't mean that they are Madhyamadhikari in that sense. They are carrying the vision of a Madhyamadhikari. They are not distinguishing, okay, now this is good, this is bad. No, because for preaching you have to understand. So they see that vision. Otherwise, Uttamadhikaris, they see only Krishna everywhere. They see only Paramatma everywhere. But the preacher of Krishna consciousness, the Acharya, is an Uttamadhikari only because he is not discriminating. He understands this is a non-devotee, this is inimical, but they all have to go back to Godhead. So he just facilitates the process, but externally he appears to be a Madhyamadhikari. So because his objective, his actions are all purely spiritual. It has nothing to do with matter. Hmm. So this knowledge has to be understood in a parampara, in the path of disciplic succession. Why is it so important? Nowadays, of course, this is a very abused word, parampara. My guru, your guru, his guru, her guru. This is all nonsense, really. Guru is guru. Either there is guru or there is no guru. One who has realized the Supreme Lord, he is guru. One who has not realized is not guru. So if one has realized, then he can be any manner of person. Valmiki, Maharshi Valmiki was actually a dacoit. He was a murderer. He used to kill people. But eventually, by the mercy of Vyasadeva, by mercy of Narad Muni, he became a great devotee. So, and he's an acharya. In fact, he took care of Mother Sita. Imagine how perfect he must be that Lord entrusted Mother Sita to him. So that's his position. So, so that's an acharya. So why do we say Guru Parampara? Guru Parampara means knowledge being passed down by acharyas. And when this knowledge is passed down, it is not merely knowledge, it is realizations. Because each of the acharyas have seen the Supreme Lord face to face, they are able to transmit his knowledge to us. And this is not some mere knowledge, this is transcendental knowledge. This kind of knowledge enters our heart and purifies it completely so that we are able to see the Lord. In Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, first chapter, it is mentioned that Acharya is none other than Krishna himself. He is the supreme personality of servitor Godhead who has come here to deliver us from material clutches. So he can understand our nature, he can identify with us. We are able to identify with him, and through his mercy, we are able to see Krishna. Because right now, we are not in a position to see Krishna face to face ourselves. So he delivers his realizations, but for that, the process is that one has to surrender. So one has to surrender, one has to render some loving devotional service to the Acharya, and in return, also ask him relevant questions. In this way, the knowledge is revealed because he is a revealed personality. He has seen Krishna himself. So such an Uttam Adhikari is actually qualified to be a guru because Uttam Adhikari is on the platform of Brahman. He is not seeing the bodily distinctions, but he is understanding the actual nature of the soul. So how does he see actually? It's very simple. Compassion. So for example, if there's a Brahminical personality, you will show him compassion by giving him nice prasad, talking very kindly, discussing scriptures with him. But if you have to show the same compassion to a dog, you'll just give it some food from a distance. You will not even touch the dog because by touching a dog, you become impure. And unless you take bath completely with your clothes on, you remain on the platform of a chandal. So dogs are considered highly impure creatures in Vedas. So creatures like dogs, donkeys, camels, snakes, they are not meant to be touched by human beings. Touching them destroys all our piety. So when we have to take bath to purify ourselves then. But compassion has to be shown. So you show them compassion by giving them some food. Like in the Bhagavatam, it is also mentioned that if there's a the general rule in Vedas is that if you see a snake or a scorpion, you should kill it. It is beneficial for the society in general. It is also beneficial for that creature because that creature is suffering the past reactions of envious, sinful living. By killing its body, you are allowing it to elevate itself spiritually. This is the injunction of the scriptures. But according to the rules of Grahastha ashram, if there's a snake in the house, the Grahastha is meant to take care of even the snake. The Grahastha should ensure that even the snake is satisfied inside his house. There can be no violence. Because one has to understand the position of the soul itself. So a Pandit understands the soul, but behaves in a very, equanimous fashion, behaves in an equanimous manner. A dog will not appreciate kind words. The dog will simply appreciate some food. But Brahmana would be happier with your kind words. So in this way, different living entities will appreciate different things and we have to act accordingly. That is Pandita Samdarshina. Because at the root of it, we understand that there is a living soul who is bound by by the three modes of nature. The soul itself is pure, but because of its illicit desires, it has landed in such a position, and we have to show compassion to it by purifying it from that position. Hare Krishna. Yes, any questions or comments here? Hmm. Okay, one question here. Hmm. Is it fair to say then, for those who have made Guru just for show, Guru's message is still bona fide based on our consciousness and desire, message acts differently? Krishna arranges for those who want to be cheated or surrender to the same way through Guru. Yes, that's correct. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamiham. If one has a desire to cheat others or make a show of religion, Krishna will send a bogus cheating Guru. People will be happy. Oh, look at my Guru Maharaj, he's so nice, he loves to play cricket. Oh, see my Guru Maharaj, he loves riding motorcycles. What kind of a Guru is that? Guru means Krishna, 100% Krishna conscious. Guru means Krishna. Sakshat dharitvena samasta shastra. Yes, Harsh Prabhu, you also have a question?
Yes, Prabhu. So,
Hmm.
Prabhu, in the verse itself, when we read ahead, it's mentioned that the Vedic truths or the discless assertion was it came from the Lord to Brahma, Brahma to Narad, Narad to Vyas, and Vyas to his many disciples.
Hmm.
So when this knowledge came to Brahma, and Brahma is the creator of the entire universe, including the human beings. So why
Hmm.
why Brahma didn't inculcate that knowledge from the start in the human beings? And even
Yeah.
so, uh, and and another question is how does, because it was mentioned, right, the people are some
Hmm.
atheist also. So
Hmm.
how this atheism began? Who was the, first atheist person? If you can answer that, how does ignorance began and the questioning to the supreme or questioning to the divine started happening?
This is a very good question, actually. Your answer will be directly found in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, creation. You can directly find it there. This begins directly at the time of birth of Lord Brahma himself. Brahma himself gives birth to atheistic demons.
Okay, I didn't get it, Prabhu. Brahma did what?
Brahma himself gives birth to atheistic demons.
Okay, okay. So why so, Prabhu?
That is the right question. So living entities have their own desires. Lord Brahma is Lord Brahma is creating, but not yet creating in that sense. Lord Brahma is just pushing forward the cycle. The living entities who are born from Brahmaji and subsequently are not being created for the first time. These living entities are Nitya Shashvat Yam Purano. They are eternal, continuous, and they are eternal. They have been ever, and they are ancient. Lord Brahma is simply giving them bodies. He's just providing them bodies to fulfill their desires. So as soon as Brahmaji starts creating bodies, these souls inhabit those bodies and they start acting. Snakes, scorpions, trees, all are created simultaneously. They have come from previous creations, previous millennia of Brahmas, different Brahmas. Now, when this Brahmaji is born, he creates this universe. He says, okay. And they start taking different bodies and carrying on with their activities. So, some living entities like Adityas and all, they are very elevated. They are practically pure devotees. They are here just to learn about the subtleties of love for Krishna and they'll go back to Godhead immediately with Brahma. But there are very low living entities who are born many, many millennia in different planet universes. They will take birth and continue their demonic activities. For example, in the second canto of Bhagavatam, you'll find this very shocking. When Lord Brahma gives rise to these demons, some of them want to eat him, some of them want to have sex with him. Srila Prabhupada writes there that this is the birth of homosexuality. So Lord Brahma becomes so ashamed of his creation that he gives up that body. And that body starts crawling along the earth and in the like a snake, and then the demons capture that body. This is all in the second canto. So these heinous desires are also existing from millennia. Lord Brahma is simply creating these bodies and letting people fulfill these desires. But if someone
After
wants to
hearing
be
this, Prabhu.
purified, huh,
Yes, yes.
so if someone wants to be purified, then Brahmaji is the guru also. He's Acharya. We are his disciples. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we are actually coming in his line. So he's our spiritual master also. So if you want knowledge, this knowledge is also coming from Brahma. This laptop in which I am sitting, this knowledge which is written on some printed paper, all is coming, facilities are coming from Lord Brahma. And he's happy when we are following. So we are literally like his children now. So, like, Lord Brahma is there. He's one of our protectors now. Hmm. Yes, Prabhu,
Listening
you were
to
saying
this,
something.
yes, after listening to this, I'm more interested in Srimad Bhagavatam as well. So when we are going to start that, because I think so a lot of questions will be answered and a lot of questions might pop up also.
Yes, nice question. Yes, soon. Don't worry, soon enough. Soon enough, we'll start Bhagavatam.
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Avalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatradara Na Para. So Mahaprabhu's opinion is this that Srimad Bhagavatam is Prema Puma. The conclusion of Bhagavatam is Prema Pumartho Mahan. When we are studying Bhagavatam, we are not trying to do some academic study. We are directly trying to realize the love of Krishna. Love of Krishna, not Vishnu, not Parshuram, not even Balramji. Love for Krishna directly. So don't worry, we'll do it soon enough. And we have bona fide Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So, I mean, beyond that, all the failure is our responsibility. We cannot give any excuse.
It seems very divine, when you mention that, for love of Krishna will be taught, and just with the holy name of Krishna. So there are so many Lord and so many gurus, Adi gurus like Shiva and everyone. But
Hmm.
just with the name of Krishna, everything can be liberated. It seems that in the divinity, he is the divinity. He is the
When you when
top
you take
notch.
the name of Krishna, when you take the name of Krishna with love and devotion, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the great demigods, they are all dancing with joy. That's how devoted they are. So you see, Brahma and Shiva, they are not ordinary personalities. They are our well-wishers. They are the greatest friends we have. They are praying for us all the time. And they are very, very happy, especially Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. They are very happy when we become devotees of Krishna.
And bro, just a final question. One more question I had. So you mentioned the name of Kans, that Narad Muni
Hmm.
came and prompted him to become more violent. And there were various
Hmm.
other forms of the Lord to kill the demons. But eventually,
Hmm.
when they are killed, because they did so much of violence in the society, they disrupted everything, made all the cruel decisions that could have been made at that time. But even though when they got killed,
Hmm.
so why they are purified? Why they become instantly purified when they're killed by the Lord? Because they did so much damage to society. But even as soon as they are touched
Hmm.
by the Lord, they are purified. So why this? It's very hard for me to get my head around this sense.
It sounds unfair, right? Like here we are not even so demonic, a little demonic, and we are
Yes.
suffering so much. And a demon who really causes so much trouble is like enjoying. And in the end,
More than
Krishna just
unfair,
purifies.
he did something that God has to be present there to stop his evil work. So he was so evil that divinity, the pinnacle of divinity, had to interfere. And when he's touched by the divinity, he becomes purified instantly.
Yeah. So there are various levels of this question. So let's take it level by level. First and foremost, they are liberated. They are not really given love of Godhead. When these great demons are killed by Krishna, they merge into his body, they merge into Brahman like Shishupal. When Shishupal's head was severed, a bright soul, his spark, bright spark of soul came out of his body and merged into the body of Krishna. As devotees, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want to merge into Krishna. We would rather be with him and be here in this world, but rather than merge into him and be destroyed. So they are liberated, not given the love of God. After that, they again have to work for the love of God. And if they don't, they'll again come back as demons or anything. So it's not exactly love of God. So please give up this thought that this is unfair. So that's one thing because they are purified. Lord has touched them. The sinful reactions are gone. They will be on a liberated platform. Thereon, if they decide to love the Lord, they'll become pure devotees. If they decide not to love the Lord, they'll remain in the material platform. So that's one part. Now, second thing is these demons. Now, this is more esoteric. This is what Srila Prabhupada explains. There's an inner purport to this. All the great demons who are killed by the Lord are not really demons. They are Lord's own devotees. Even demons like Duryodhan, Dushasan, Shakuni, even they are devotees of the Lord. No atheistic person can take part in the Leelas of the Lord. So these are devotees who are performing this role. So in a way, if we say, we can say that Duryodhan is actually a better devotee than say Nakul, Sahdev or Bhim because he's taking the role of a villain. He's taking the role of a complete villain doing abominable things and becoming condemned forever just to satisfy the Lord's desires. Srila Prabhupada himself says that these are devotees of the Lord who are playing different activities. They're just play acting these roles so that the Lord can derive pleasure. Okay, that's one more thing. Now, another thing is uh, we should not be too much worried. We should not become envious. This envy is itself a part of our, like an understanding that we are fit to be in the material world. If someone is receiving the mercy of the Lord, we should feel happy, irrespective of whether it's a demon or a devotee. And like we discussed right now, what is a demon really? An atheistic demon is nothing but a soul buried deep in mode of ignorance. Nothing good or bad in this world. Dvaite bhadra bhadra jnana sab manodharma. Ei bhala, ei manda, ei sab bhram. So this is just an illusion. Demon, devotee, just illusions. The truth is that living entities are captured by the material nature, modes of nature to different degrees. So if someone is becoming free from deep ignorance and passion, we should feel happy. That manifestation of passion and ignorance is in the form of materialistic activities. But if we are Pandita, if we are Uttamadhikari, we will not see violence or anything. We'll just see the modes of nature acting. After all, no one can affect us if Krishna is protecting us. No one can affect us if we are sinless. If we are getting affected by something, there is something that we have to suffer. Hare Krishna. So, does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu, it does. It also makes sense that you said they are part of the Lord's Leela because all of these demons have gotten their boon by the worship of Brahma or Shiva, which are eventually the part and parcel of the Lord himself. So they got the power for the destruction from the Lord itself, I believe.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, there's one more question here. When Guru is Krishna's representative, then why do some gurus go out of parampara or change their message? Not that one would be aspiring to go out of Krishna's parampara initially, then why would that happen yet being Krishna's representative? No, if a guru falls down, he's not guru. He never was a guru. He was acting out of his ego, false ego. See, we are not even Shiksha gurus really. We are more like Path Pradarshak guru. We show the path. So if you ask me, I'll say, oh yeah, please follow Srila Prabhupada. If you ask me, how do I follow? I'll say, yeah, please read his books. If you say, oh, I can't read, then I can maybe help you read those books. But I'm not on the platform of Srila Prabhupada. So I'm Patha Pradarshak. Yeah, my position has some significance, but not on the level of Acharya. So, for example, according to the rules of scriptures, you should never be worshipping me because I am Patha Pradarshak, I am not a guru. So, when someone takes the position artificially, because a guru gets so much prestige, so much worship, love, respect. So, if someone becomes greedy for that and takes it, then that person will also have to suffer hellish conditions. See, Maya is acting. Unless one is self realized, in love with Krishna, one will be victimized by Maya. And that victimization will result in him leaving the parampara. If you are in love with Krishna, Maya will mean nothing to you. To give you an example, Srila Prabhupada was in New York and when the taxi driver asked him, so, Swamiji, what's your miracle? And Prabhupada did not even move an eyelid. He just said, oh, I can be in a room full of naked women and not be disturbed. And the taxi driver didn't ask anything. What does that mean? Srila Prabhupada was not making some risk or some dirty joke there. Srila Prabhupada was explaining that I am not affected by Maya at all. Not affected by Maya. Maya acts in any way. If a guru is attached to eating rasgullas, that is also Maya. It's not that Maya means always some beautiful women or a lot of money. No, Maya acts in any which way. Small thing. That is a digression from Krishna. That is all Maya. If a guru is addicted to listening his own praise, that is also Maya. He may be very pure, strict brahmachari, but addicted to listening to his own praise. Maya, pure Maya. Such a person is not a guru. Or as Srila Prabhupada says, such a person is guru, cow dung.
Hmm. Prabhuji, one thing that comes to mind. So when that person initially became a guru, it doesn't happen right away out of no qualification. Obviously, that person had some qualification to begin with, and qualification doesn't come from Krishna's mercy. So he became the representative, though after receiving such a mercy, he or she yet decided to just change the message. So that's, I guess I'm answering my own question. That's still Maya because Guru is still under Maya.
Yeah, Guru was always under Maya.
Hmm.
You cannot be with Krishna and then become attracted to Maya. No. Yad gatva na nivartante tad dham paramam mama. Once you have
Hmm.
been attracted to Krishna, you will not be attracted to Maya.
Hmm.
That means there was always some affection for Maya existing. So such a person was never a guru.
Hmm.
See,
ठीक.
please try to understand this. Within ISKCON, within the context of ISKCON, to be very frank with you, we have to worship Srila Prabhupada.
Yes. Hmm.
This is the instruction of the GBC also.
Hmm.
No guru in ISKCON is allowed to create his own message. One cannot say, oh, my Guru Prabhupada says like this, but my Guru Maharaj made something else. That will be nonsense.
Hmm.
I mean, you heard Bir Krishna Goswami himself.
Hmm.
Even in Finland, he was saying the same thing. He said, I would just tell you what Srila Prabhupada has spoken. I can't change anything.
Hmm. ठीक है. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you,
Hare
Ji. Hare.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Samin Prabhu, you have a question.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So just about what you were telling now, that also you were, as I understand, speaking personally, from personal perspective, then I might have to ask, since you are having such deep knowledge of many holy scriptures, you are maintaining the four regulating principles and free from false ego, free from false desires, and of course you are doing service for your spiritual master as well as for Krishna. So are you actually thinking about becoming a guru in the future, or is it not a consideration because of a fear of a fall down? So what is your vision on this?
Okay, so let me quote another Acharya here. So this is one Acharya from the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Lakshmi Tattacharya. He has passed away now. She says the very first qualification of an Acharya is that he doesn't want to be an Acharya. A desire to be an Acharya is itself a material desire. Why should one want to be an Acharya? We just want love of Krishna. If someone comes along with us and asks some questions, we can answer those. But to be an Acharya means to take a position. Oh, I am better than you. No, why? Pandita Samdarshina, you are same as me. We are not different. What makes me superior to you? I may have read more books, but you can also read those books. I may be following regulative principles. You can also follow them. So what makes me better than you? Nothing. Literally nothing. So if I am qualified, so are you. No, no. So, and
Yeah, that is understandable, but I thought the point is spreading the Krishna consciousness across the world as much as efficiently as possible. So becoming a guru would definitely give you more possibilities to do the fair mission, the prescribed duty arranged by Krishna, or not.
I would rather get $1 million from somewhere, buy 10 containers of Prabhupada's books and just distribute them in the whole world. That would be acharya enough for me. I don't want to be any more guru than that. Read Prabhupada's books and understand Krishna in your way. No, no, I don't intend to be a guru at any time. This is good enough for me. You are appreciating Srila Prabhupada. That's my success. You have understood that Srila Prabhupada is Acharya. If somehow or the other you are able to develop some love for Prabhupada, that is complete success for me in this birth because that's enough. That's my mission. Because he will take you back to Godhead.
Hare Krishna, yes, very, very good to see a lot of humbleness and humility in that message, and I fully support that. Of course, it's very good being free from even such pious desires, because they might be also, of course, too much, or they might be, of course, not appropriate. But if I may ask also one more question that I've been thinking about, but it's slightly unrelated to this, but in a sense that so there is a ISKCON society, and then there is followers of Rama, Narayana. There is like Vishnu, there is Shiva, there is also those who believe in Christ and those who believe in Muhammad and Allah and so on. So, and then also there is personalities like, for example, Sadhguru, like, or other any kind of other yogi or some sort of preacher or a guru or lecturer or public speaker. So, of course, from a point of view of devotee of Krishna, we understand that there is a certain deceptions here and there, and at least partially we might understand it. And for example, like Sadhguru, like himself, like he knows Krishna and respects Krishna, but doesn't accept him as supreme personality, and also, of course, like speaking negatively of religions, and basically, like, that everything is inside yourself, in your soul. So of course, and interestingly, that he also quotes Bhagavad Gita's occasionally, and also takes a lot of knowledge from the Vedic scriptures, but somehow conveying the message differently. And this is like, let's say, the dark side of the coin. But yet, if we flip it, and then there can be a positive side, that all these religions and all these personalities, even though they are not worshiping Krishna directly, but one way or another, they might be raising the overall mode of goodness in the mass population. So we are not talking pure devotees, but at least people who are refusing from meat eating, from unnecessary violence, and from different sinful activities and destructive activities. So the overall level of goodness is rising, and then maybe when those who are listening, they reach certain level, they can discover also the next level. So in a sense, that their work is useful also to ISKCON, if of course the concept works, and then if the cooperation is also possible. For example, I heard that in Russia, like, there can be cooperation between Hare Krishna movement and Orthodox Church in reducing the alcoholism problem, and then somewhere else they are also doing some charity together, and so this is quite good. And then also, of course, reaching people who are seeking for spiritual knowledge. So that is very important, that there are people seeking for knowledge all over the world, but unfortunately it's not so simple to find Krishna's knowledge, like, even though it's like open secrets, like it's everywhere, but still it's very difficult for even Finnish people, like most of them, to find any information. Even there is a temple in Helsinki, but still it's like kind of goes around them. So what should be done as for ISKCON society? What do you think?
Nice question. So yeah, see, anything that helps to further the mission of Krishna, that's good. Like, for example, sometimes people have come from Jaggi Vasudeva also to us. But of course, we should not rely on such things because their knowledge is also quite contaminated. Regarding the collaboration with the Orthodox Church in Russia, I mean, that's a welcome step, really, because eventually Orthodox Christians will also appreciate what our movement is all about. But then we really need to have deep philosophy, because I've heard that in Russia, philosophy is not really taken very seriously, which is a very sad thing, in ISKCON at least, because Russians are known to be very renowned as philosophers. I mean, in my childhood, I've studied so many Russian philosophers myself, like, Chekhov, Pushkin, and so many others, Tolstoy. So Russians were renowned for being good, great philosophers, but somehow within our movement, this philosophical aspect is lacking in Russia. It's mainly about kirtan and prasadam only, and nothing more than that. So that's something we really need to work at.
Uh,
This is
sorry,
something we
may I
need to.
interrupt just very slightly,
Yes.
because I've been actually listening a lot of different lecturers and gurus from Russia, speaking Russian language, and I have to say that this might be some little bit misinformation, because of course there is some part of society that is involved in kirtans, but then there is a lot of actually, like, very deep philosophical lectures which are talking about holy scriptures. So maybe it has changed recently. So just saying.
I don't know, at least in my last 30 years of experience, I have met a lot of Russian devotees in Mayapur, in Bombay, and here also. I mean, I really see no philosophical conversations there, like practically none. I know, like there is Bhakti Vidya Purn Swami. No, not Bhakti Vidya Purn. What's it? Bhakti Vigyan Goswami. Yeah, some preachers are there. Patri Prabhu. Now he's, I think, Patri Goswami. So these are a couple of them. I know they are Russians. They are very philosophical, but the devotees in general are not, like, at least they are not really studying philosophy in that manner. So that's something we really need to do. It's not difficult at all. But of course, then forget about society. We have to take care of our activities. So yes, it's a welcome step. I mean, they will also appreciate what our philosophy is all about, and especially Orthodox Church, because that's more like bona fide Christianity, not like some Lutheran church, which is mainly like some engineering masquerading as church or something. So, like Lutheran Church has practically given up all on Jesus Christ or Mary or anything. It's just like some social club. It's just like a social structure. You are a part of a church because you belong to this society, but nothing really devotional about it in that sense. But Orthodox Church still has icons they worship. So yeah, there's some similarities. Anything is welcome, but we should avoid the likes of Jaggi Vasudev and all because they are a bit dangerous. They sound like us, but they are actually grossly atheistic. Like, we can call it Putana philosophy. Putana also looked like a mother, but she actually just killed babies. So these are like Putana philosophers. They dress up like devotees, they talk very philosophically, even quote scriptures, but their actual aim is to distract people from the real message of Bhagavad Gita. So we need to be very judicious in our interactions. All right?
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Maybe a bit difficult for me because I am traveling to office tomorrow. So I'll keep you posted on what's the schedule.